All right. We all know to it that yesterday a bid was sent in of 75 plus 5 million pounds. Is it euros? I think euros of add-ons rejected by the side of RB Leipzig. Now, we do have a story from reliable sources as far as this deal is really concerned, and we aren't really sure whether this guy is going to be signing for Man United or he's going to be signing for a club known as Newcastle. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Yesterday, Fabrizio Romano had something to say about the bid that was put in through by the side of Newcastle. He said Newcastle sent a bid to RB Leipzig, which was rejected, but negotiations are ongoing and Newcastle is prepared to pay whatever it takes. There is a lot of talk about bids accepted and rejected, but it's all about Sesko and what he will say. When he says, I want to go to this club, then the story will take a clear direction. Bids at the moment won't make a difference. Newcastle will pay whatever is needed if Sesko picks them. Man United are prepared to bid and start negotiations if Benjamin Sesko decides to join them. It's late night on Saturday and Sesko has not still decided. From now, Saturday evening, we are entering important stages. I can add two more factors to this story. The agent of Sesko is now in RB Leipzig to speak directly with the player and also to help negotiations with RB Leipzig. He's now with the player and we are entering decision time for Benjamin Sesko. He traveled there today after closing a different deal in the last 24 hours. His full focus is now the Sesko decision. The other factor is that Man United told RB Leipzig again on Saturday that they will send a bid for Sesko if the player opens the doors to joining them. After contact a few days ago, United called again tonight to tell RB Leipzig that we are prepared to come and bid for Sesko. Man United feels like Sesko is still deciding and hasn't yet decided. He is going to Newcastle and has not decided he's going to Newcastle. 24 hours ago, there were reports from Slovenia that Sesko has decided to go to Newcastle. Sesko has not decided yet. It's still 50-50 between Newcastle and Man United. That's what Fabrizio Romano went ahead to say yesterday night. Now, today, we have a very big story from Philip, Hainsey, TV reporter and moderator at Sky Sports. He has told us that Man United are ready to match Newcastle's offer. Everything depends on Sesko, a top situation for Leipzig, who would welcome a possible bidding war. Now, Manchester United is really working tooth and nail to get this deal out of the way. They want to see to it that all goes on well as planned. So, for the side of Benjamin Sesko, they're really working tooth and nail to obviously see to it that they really get a club. But Newcastle is really moving at a faster rate, and United is also still in there. But I think the agent of Benjamin Sesko is money-minded, and I think the only time they will obviously make a decision is when a big offer comes in through from Man United. And I think they are taking their time because they want to see to it that Newcastle feels the pressure that United is going to be snatching the player from them, and they'll be willing to raise the salary that this guy is really coming in, wanting the sign-on fee and so on and so forth. I think that's it. Because if it was all about the sporting project, then a decision would have already gone ahead to be made by Benjamin Sesko. Either I'm going to Man United or Newcastle. But as it stands, the player in Benjamin Sesko is really trying to obviously secure the bag. His agent is like, please, take your time to make a decision, and the best team that brings in the best money will obviously have you. And I tell you, this agent is delaying this deal. Benjamin Sesko would have already gone ahead to choose his club where he's obviously going to be playing next. But it's all about the money. Fabrizio Romano told us that Benjamin Sesko is willing to come to Man United even when they're not having Champions League football. Now, if he's willing to come to Man United without Champions League football, that's exactly what Newcastle is having that United is not having. Then he would have already gone ahead to make a choice. But the agent is trying to play the L game. And he's trying to put these teams into a situation of really coming out to really be desperate and obviously say we are dishing out such and such amount of money. And he knows in a bidding war situation, the biggest beneficiary is the player and the club that is selling him. You know, the buying club is one that feels what we call the buying club feels what we call the pain, because they have to do everything to get in the player. And for these two, they are like, no way. We are really waiting to see who brings in the money. And I know it's all about the money that is really delaying this deal. It's not all about the sporting project, because the sporting project is already there. He knows exactly what United is all about. He knows exactly what Newcastle is all about. You understand? So, let no one lie to you that the reason for that delay, it's all about the sporting project. No way. It's not all about the sporting project. You understand? It's not all about the sporting project. It's all about one thing, and that one thing is the money. I authoritatively say it's all about the money, and that's why you're hearing things concerning the bidding war, and the agent is like, I'm taking my time to do this. You understand? So I think that is it. So Benjamin Sesko, Alex Kirk, who works for TalkSport, has told us that still no formal bid from Man United for Benjamin Sesko. Next 48 hours feel crucial. 48 hours are really 2 days, meaning that today and Monday is really going to be crucial for Benjamin Sesko. Why is it going to be crucial? He needs to make a decision right now, you know, because he's not playing competitive preseason games because of his anticipated move away from RB Leipzig, and he wants to see to it that he gets himself into the best picture of himself as a player. You understand? So, according to me, the player and his agent want to seal this off immediately, but sealing it off without them getting the money they want won't obviously make perfect sense for them. And it takes you back that these people want money, though they don't have time. So that's why Alex Rook was telling you about 48 hours. 48 hours are really crucial, because I think with the Premier League starting with the 17th, if you're Benjamin Sesko, the latest you would want to really join your club in training should be 5th of this month. You understand? 5th of this month should be the latest that you'd be looking at to see to it that you really get done and dusted in your next transfer in there for you. So for me, I'm eagerly waiting to see where Benjamin Sesko is going to go. But as it stands, I don't think that on the percentage of 100, United even has a 50-50. I think it's now 60-40. United at 40%, Newcastle at 60%. I'm really imagining, where does Newcastle get that energy to really make that bid? Where do they get the energy to make that bid of 75 million euros plus 5 million euros of add-ons, and they're willing to put in a second bid? You know, that's what I'm not really understanding. That means you bid for a player who was going to hate to show interest in you, you know, and that means that he might be really playing a game. And the agent is like, the bid is in, or maybe when it's not in, because where do the likes of David Austin, Fabrizio Romano get their news from? They get their news from the agents. You understand? They get the news from the agents. The agent feeds you with the news, meaning that if the agent feeds you with the news, then how would you obviously not fall into his trap? So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about the deal of Victor Gyökeres to Man United. 24 hours deadline or time frame really given for this deal to either happen in favor of Man United or in favor of Newcastle. And the clock is on. It's ticking. Benjamin Sesko transfer deadline has been set 48 hours from now is when we'll obviously get to know the final verdict on where this player is going to be playing next season. Tonight, Man United is playing against Everton. I've gone ahead to do the match preview on the live section, and here I am to bring you the Benjamin Sesko news that you guys have been hugely waiting for and flocking the comment section asking me whether he's coming or not. We out. Bye-bye.